So I've heard of the word of the year before. Been hearing about people doing that for a long time, and I always thought it was like frou-frou, crazy stuff, like people that believe in crystals or whatever. But there's a critter in the woods behind me. But anyway, a few years ago, I heard Nicole Sauce talk about how she does word of the year, and instead of it being like just some generic word that sounds pretty and like peace, or my word of the year is love. Her word of the year is, we got bugs going on because it's warm. But anyway, her word of the year has something to do with how she wants to improve herself every year. So one year she did like grow. I think that was her first year. She did a few other things. So after hearing her do that, I'm like, you know what? This word of the year thing, I think I'll give it a try. I don't remember what I did the first year for the word of the year. I think I might have been grow. And, yeah, it was grow. And I wanted to grow the YouTube channel and some other stuff. And I did a decent job of that. Last year, though, my word of the year was, well, this year, 2023, my word of the year was tribe. I wanted to grow my preparedness group. I also wanted to have like a group of men that would get together every few months to discuss like how we're doing live. And then we could have like a text messaging group between us. So if somebody had a problem, like, hey, I'm thinking about starting a business. How do I structure my business? They could help them with that. Or like, hey, I'm trying to get better at leading my family and not just yelling at my kids to do chores, but actually showing them why it's important to do chores. And we could help each other learn to do these things. And neither that group or my preparedness group did, that group didn't even happen. And my preparedness group didn't really grow at all. And so I've been thinking about that for the past few weeks. I think my word of the year for next year is going to be accountability. So I'm going to start holding myself accountable and having my family hold me accountable to make sure I get stuff done. And then have them teach them to hold each other accountable and themselves accountable, instead of like the boys, he didn't do his chore right. Well, you called me a doo-doo head, so I didn't do the chore right. No, none of that. So they hold each other accountable. Say, hey, man, I noticed you forgot to put the dishes away. Don't forget to put the dishes away. Instead of yelling and complaining at each other. And also holding my group accountable to meet their preparedness goals. Not my preparedness goals for them, but their preparedness goals. And then as I do that, I think I'll be able to form a group of people like that. I want to call it like a board of directors kind of thing, where we have like a group of people that counsel each other and can bounce ideas off each other, a group of men to do that with. And I think by holding myself accountable and holding the people in my group accountable, we can do that. I first want to do that by holding the people, or having the people in my group hold me accountable to make sure I meet my goals. And I'm also going to talk to each one of them about making sure we discuss preparedness stuff in our group chat more frequently. It maybe gets used once a week. I think it'd be great if it gets used more than that. Maybe every other day, every 3 days, not every 7. And the only reason it gets used every 7 is because I make sure I put stuff in there. And I got some ideas to work on that. And one of the things I got so I got the word of the idea thing from Nicole Sauce. I got this idea from Bear Independent. He does it every quarter. I'm going to do it every month. He calls it his personal review. And these mosquitoes are getting pretty nasty. But he does his personal review. I know my handwriting sucks. But basically he writes down one thing he wants to work on, 3 things he can do to improve on that area, and then what he needs or what he has to do that, what tools and resources he has to do that, and what tools and resources and knowledge he needs to get. I'm going to do that every month. And instead of making a full list, I'm going to do 3 things that I want to target. Nicole Sauce at Living Free in Tennessee, again mentioning her, she has my 3 things. Focus, because your brain can only focus on about 5 things in your life at once. So she says, like, focus on 3 core aspects. So I have those 3 areas I want to work on, and then this month, and then each of those areas I can put on my daily to-do list, which is only 3 things, something to do with those. Some days I might get 2 of those things on the list, sometimes 3, sometimes 1. If I have other obligations like going to relative's Christmas party or something like that. So I hope this helps you. Hope you pick a word of the year and not just some frou-frou hippie crystal make you feel good flower power thing, but actually a word of the year that will make you a better person.